I have a witness today. Actually, I have another witness that-a-way, but he's off camera. Long tail cast on for pattern. So in pattern stitch. So in this case, ribbing. You could also do it for seed stitch or moss stitch or whatever. By request. This is really easy to do once you understand what a long tail cast on is. Yeah, stay away from this cat. So, long tail cast on. Always the yarn to the ball goes over the forefinger, loose tail goes over your thumb. Gather it together to give you some tension and control. I don't start with a slip knot. I don't think it's necessary. I bring my yarn, my needle down on my yarn like this, so it looks like the slingshot. You bring it through the loop on your thumb. You bring the needle around to catch the yarn that's over your forefinger. You drop the loop on your thumb, and then you use your thumb to tighten that loop. If you think about it, you've just knit a stitch. Another knitting needle. Yarn that goes over your thumb, right? Well, what if you did the loop cast on? Not the backwards loop. Backwards loop is like that. I'm talking about just a loop. Okay, what if you did the loop cast on a few times? And then you knit continental through that loop. That's the same as the regular long tail cast on. Ah, there he is. See that? This is the long tail cast on. You're knitting through the loop that's on your thumb. You see how these are little knits? And then you flip it over, and they're purl bumps. Okay? So that's my first 5 stitches. I'm going to work the next 5 purlwise. So if that's knitting through the loop over your thumb, how to work a purl? How do you normally work a purl? You bring the yarn to the front, you put your needle in your stitch, okay, and I'm going to do this continental style, and you bring the yarn through and you tighten it. See that? I just purled through the loop on my thumb. Okay. Yes, you can do this combined. You don't have to. I'm not doing it combined. I've gotten into the habit of not doing it combined. Alright, that's 3. That's 4. Again, really slow. Okay. Yarn over your thumb. Yarn to the ball is over your forefinger. You move the loop on your thumb to the back, and the yarn to the ball that's over your forefinger, you move it to the front. You stick your needle through this loop on your thumb, and then you work the stitch. You bring it through. Okay. Now can you see how that's different? These are all, you know, they have that kind of braided edge because of the knits, the sides of the stitches, the edges of the stitches. And then these all have the purl bumps. If you flip it over, these all have that kind of braided edge of this edge of the knit stitch, and these all have the purl bumps. So 5 more knit. Make sure the loose yarn is always over your thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then purling 5 more. You bring your thumb to the back and the yarn over your forefinger to the front. And I'm going to do these combined, and you purl these stitches. 1, 2, 3, again, back, yarn is in front, and my cat has my yarn. Right? These are knits, these are purls. Yarn is in front, loop over the thumb is in back. Okay, so these are combined, they're oriented differently. And then you turn it around and you can work off of them. When you work, make sure you get the right yarn. The tail dangles. The reason why I always make sure that this is over my thumb when I'm casting on is because these are the collar stitches. These are the ones that secure the stitches on the needle. And if you want these to have the proper tension and to be properly in line with the rest of the yarn, you want this row of new stitches to be formed by the yarn going to the ball. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but if your last couple stitches are the wrong tension, etc., it can show up. So since I did these purlwise, I cast these on purlwise, when I turn it over, they're all knits. So I knit them. I'm going to slip my first stitch though for a neat edge. Because these were worked combined, they're all oriented eastern with the leading edge behind. So I have to work them through that leading edge. Okay, so that's the first 5, and then you see these are all purls. See that? Purl them. Yes, again, I'm a combined knitter. I'm doing all of these, in this case, Eastern. And then my knits are and then these were the regular standard continental purl for the cast on. So they're oriented what most people consider normally. So they just get knit. And these are purled because they were knit on the other side. If you like a row of purl bumps at the bottom of your stockinette as a kind of decorative edge, you don't have to bother with this. You can just cast on to have that. But if you want to cast on long tail, turn it over, and then start knitting and not have it, you can cast on long tail purlwise, and when you turn over, I like this for ribbing, especially knit 2, purl 2 ribbing, or anything wider. Knit 1, purl 1 ribbing I work with tubular cast on. Oh, there's Burgle again. He doesn't like me ignoring him. Oh, brilliant cat. Yeah, he's being indiscreet on YouTube. Okay. Yes, he wants me to show him bathing on the internet. Okay, I think that's enough to show you. So there you have knit 5, purl 5, long tail cast on. This is the back, right? Because when I cast on, I started from this end. I got to this end. And you can see the edge, how it goes all the way to the edge. Right? And it's reversible. Like that. All the way to the edge. Hope that helped.